Internet, today's Wednesday, January 13th. This is just going to be quick. I'm on my way to my weekly restaurant gig. This is mostly a response to one user in particular. I'm not going to mention names in the video, but I might mention the username in the comments of the video itself. In general, I'm going to piss off a lot of you guys right now. I see a lot of comments. I know this, or I know this method. Should I get this, or is this any different from that method? Is this method better than that? You guys got to get the hell off the fact of the method. Get off the method entirely. The method is not the end all and be all of the effect. It's the effect. It's the presentation. For something like control, the method. Who cares what the method is? Look at the performance, look at the effect, look at the way it's presented, look at the impact on the spectators. That's what the hell you guys should be focused on. Not what method does it learn. Like what does it matter what method it is, whether you know it or not? You're buying an effect, you're not buying just the method. It wouldn't matter if you had to stick a bowling ball down the back of your pants and stand on one leg in order to perform this effect. It's the method. It's not the method that's important. It's the effect. And for some of you asshats out there, you're so focused on, well, I know this. Should I even bother getting that? Well, if you know that, then how come your performance isn't getting as great a response as someone else's? How come you can't do yours, impromptu without having to carry something around with you all the time? If you know the method, then what's different from your effect versus, for instance, Wayne Houchins? It just kills me that everyone's so focused on the newest and greatest method that you totally forget about the impact of the effect. At what point in time did we start collecting methods and stop worrying about presentations and how the thing looks to the spectator? I don't recall signing up for that part of magic. Let me just turn this thing just a little bit, so getting off course here. I honestly, I don't recall a time ever in Magic when the method was more important than the effect. If the method wasn't good and if the method wasn't clean, I wouldn't recommend it. I'm fairly knowledgeable. I know my effects. I can pick out things usually through a demo and figure things out on my own. But if I don't like it, I'm not gonna give it a good review just because. And whether or not Control's method is well known, or if it's 100 years old or 200 years old, or uses llama spit to make your spectator all psychedelic, who cares? It's the effect I'm looking at, not just the method. So for all you guys out there that keep saying, well, should I get this because I already know it? You got to get your head out of your ass. Seriously, think about the effect first and foremost. Look at it, watch it. Is this you? Is this something that you can see yourself doing? Not, is this something that's easy for me to learn so I don't have to spend too much time practicing it so I get a good presentation? And that's where most of you come from. It's look at the effect itself, not just the method. That's all I'm saying. And for all you guys that keep wanting to keep posting and say oh, I know this one or I know that one, is this one any better? You know what? I'm not going to answer you. From now on, if I see comments like that, and I'll recognize the general tone, especially when I see them, I'm just going to flag them as spam or just call you right out there and just say, you know what? Get a life. Get out of Magic and start taking up needlepoint or something like that. You got to think for yourself, dudes. Just think for a second and think about, does this effect work for you? That's all I'm saying. Because in the long run, if all you're going to do is mimic what you see and worry about, obviously your money, you should be worrying about your money. But seriously, look at all the reviews that something like Control has gotten. Very, very few. I don't think I've ever seen a bad review for it. So obviously, it's a good trick. A lot of people like it. It's reputable. Wayne's a reputable guy. Good Lord. So you obviously know there's something to it there. And then just think about how you can apply this to your own Magic and how you can see yourself performing it. Every time I see an effect, I say, you know what, will this suit me, will it not? I've seen phenomenal effect. I've seen things that just blow my mind. but I'm not going to buy them because I don't see myself performing them, regardless of whether or not I know how it's done or if I do something similar or not. That's not the issue. The issue is, does this suit me? Am I able to perform this and make a good presentation of it? Am I able to even perform it skill-wise? I'm frustrated, guys. I'm frustrated. If at any point in time you find yourself worrying more about the method of an effect or a trick than how the method is going to work for you, then that trick is not for you. If your primary concern is, will I be able to learn this, as opposed to, will I be able to perform this, this effect is not for you. If at any time you say to yourself, well, I already know something similar, should I get this because it's any different, then this effect is not for you. Okay? Those are 3 things you guys should be thinking about. If you see something that you already know, and you're more impressed with that performance than you are with your own, and I'm sorry, as far as control goes, the 50-year-old method that everyone knows and is complaining about, to Wayne's method, it's far superior. Far superior. So it doesn't matter shit whether or not you know how to do it the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way is ridiculously inferior compared to this method here. And I cannot say that enough. So when people ask me, well, I know this method, should I get the other one? You know what? Stop doing magic. Go outside, go for a walk, get some fresh air, take up a sport. It requires a lot less thought on some of your parts, a little bit more skill. You're probably willing to put more time into investing into sports skill rather than magic skill. There's no such thing as an instant magician. Don't worry about the time you put into, you don't want to worry about the time you have to put into an effect. So, those things you need to consider. And again, don't ask me which one's better, this method or that method. Think for yourselves, guys. That's all I have to say. Think for yourselves.